What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to tie 5 different figure 8 knots, starting with the figure 8. First thing you do, make a loop, pass under the main line of rope, back around over this strand here, and pass through, and you have yourself a figure 8. This is important because it's the base for 2 of the other figure 8 knots we're going to be tying today. Notice it's not an overhand knot. Ooh, that's a lot of knots. An overhand knot is you just have the loop, and then you pass through the loop. Overhand knot looks like a pretzel. If you see a pretzel and you're trying to tie a figure 8, you've done it wrong. So loop around, back over, and aptly named, it looks like an 8. The next knot is the figure 8 follow through. Make sure you have plenty of slack for this one. I like to have maybe 18 to 24 inches of slack. Start with a figure 8 knot. All right, notice I've got a good bit of slack here. You're going to pass it through the object you want to pass through. I'm showing you with a ring here rather than a carabiner, because you wouldn't need to tie this through a carabiner. You just tie a figure 8 on a bight and then be on your way. So as the name implies, the figure 8 follow through is you're just going to trace the figure 8 you just tied back through itself. This is great for tying into a harness or tying into other hardware that doesn't have an easy opening. There you have it. Figure 8 follow through. Next up is the figure 8 on a bight. Measure out about 18 inches of rope and then tie a figure 8 just like we did with our basic figure 8. The bight here doesn't have to be very big, so keep that in mind. And then it's nice to dress the knot just so that it's recognizable for the next person. Again, the bight only has to be large enough to fit whatever hardware you're putting through it, like a carabiner. And the tail is nice to have just about a hand span, so this one's a little bit long. So there you have it, figure 8 on a bight. Next knot is the figure 8 bend. I'm gonna tie a figure 8. Have a little bit of tail here and leave it loose. There we go. So there's one. And now it's a figure 8 follow through, but with a separate strand of rope. And this joins 2 ropes together. There you have it, a figure 8 bend. Figure 8 number 4 is the figure 8 double loop. Measure out plenty of extra rope for this bight. So I got a bight of rope. Begin by starting the first figure 8. So here we have it. We're about to finish, but instead of taking the end of the bight through these loops, take a second bight, pass it through the loops, while leaving this one on the outside. Do you see how this is happening here? Grab that second bight and then pull this bight over the top of the knot. So you're actually going through and over. See how that came around? I'm going to tie it again here in a second. It's not cleanly dressed, but there you have it. This is a double loop figure 8, and you can kind of massage the knot to get these loops the same length. Let's tie it again. So again, we probably want about 3 feet for the first bight. Start that first figure 8, nice and clean. Take a second bight through the loops. And then see this first bight, you're gonna pass over the entire knot and tuck it in here at the bottom, and then finish by pulling everything tight. There you have it, double loop figure 8. Last but not least, the inline figure 8. So this would be in the middle of a rope. Grab a bight, pass it over the strand. Gonna go nice and slow on this one. over the strand and back through that original loop. Pull tight. There you go. Inline figure eight. This is one that I don't use as often because I think a similar functionality could be accomplished with an alpine butterfly. And alpine butterflies can be loaded sideways or up or down. I'm going to tie it one more time again. So you're in the middle of a section of rope, make a bight, go over, loop over itself again, and pull tight. There you go. It's that easy. Hope you guys enjoyed these 5 figure 8 knots, and get practicing, get after it.